Before that, I'm gonna say Rahajeng Nyepi Warsa 1946 for our fellow that celebrate Nyepi. And Marhaban Ya Ramadan 1445 Hijriah for our fellow that are Muslim. Let's run today's meeting with the spirit of New Sakair and forgive each other, making this month filled with blessing and peace. To start it, let's watch a videos about our company, Bukit Vista. All right. For the next agenda, we normally invite an inspirational guest, but sadly, we don't have one for this meeting, so we will continue to the next agenda that will be led by our CEO, Mr. Jing. Mr. Jing, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Can everyone hear me? All right, so let's see. Let me actually adjust my screen a little bit so I can see everyone here. I'm on a double screen today, so let's see if I can get this positioned. Let's see. How's everyone doing? Let's see. Wait. I almost got it. Okay, here we go. All right, cool. All right, Shaylin, how you doing? Okay, and sorry guys, yeah, I'm really trying to I'm trying to get this new configuration to work, but I see just pretty much David. Hey David, how's it going over there?
Good, sir.
All right, fantastic. Okay, without further ado, let me go ahead and get started here. So thank you everybody for joining, and thank you, Vanessa, for the excellent introduction here. I'm up in Ubud today, and we stayed here for Nippy, which was really enjoyable. I was feeling pretty good about myself up until I heard the morning discussion at URC, where Erica, who's my, I guess she's my housemate right now, complained deeply about her terrible Nippy experience, which made me feel slightly guilty. But anyways, Erica, next year we'll offer you to come up with us, but I just really couldn't find you when we were about to leave. So yeah, Erica got to eat Indomie while we ate like this delicious breakfast buffet. I feel kind of weird because I'm staying in a hotel. We usually do an Airbnb for Nippy, but this year was slightly different. All right, since I've stalled for enough time, let's go into our 2024 vision for March. Okay, so let's see. How do I see more of everybody here? I really want to see everyone's faces, but all I see is just maybe, wait, let's see if I can adjust here. Apply visual effects, change layout, automatic, tiled. Oh, I don't know. Okay, all right. Let's just pretend I can see everybody here. Okay. Let's begin with the good news, bad news first, as we usually do. So most of what I saw wasn't that great this past week. I'll show you guys what's going on. Okay. At the top level, our performance for hospitality is dropped. So last week we were at 82%. Now we're at 77%. So then I dug a little bit deeper and I saw that there's a few not so good things happening here. All right. So what I'm seeing right now are that there are bad reviews, but they're the same bad reviews twice. So here is a complaint at Belle Isle. It's a little bit small, so I'll read it for you. The first review came from Mila from Oslo, Norway. Talked about there was a problem with check-in. Check-in is 2 p.m., but upon arrival, the villa was still being cleaned, and they could not properly check in until 2 hours later. So that would have been the end of it. But immediately afterwards, Ashley from GloroCon Australia also mentioned the same problem. She also mentioned that the room wasn't ready upon arrival, and it also took about 2 hours to get this fixed. So not the greatest review. So twice in a row is never very good. But then also there's two properties that also have this twice in a row problem. So this is a brand new villa that we have, and same problem again. Water and electricity from David from Ireland 3 days ago, and then 2 days ago, water and electricity again from Dennis coming from Hong Kong. So not the greatest news. And just remember, everybody, like we are a hospitality company at the end of the day, and there will be good weeks and there'll be bad weeks. And the most difficult part of this is in maintaining standards and also keeping up the ideas that we want to continue doing. So do think about ways of how to innovate in the hospitality so we can possibly transform. This going on for a little bit is, let's say, a corrective action, but if it goes on for a long time, it should not be tolerated. Okay. Hopefully everybody gets a realistic picture of what our hospitality circumstance looks like for this week. And let me go into something that is a little bit more cheerful, a little bit more visionary, and hopefully a little bit more exciting. So the idea I want to talk about is something that we recently discovered in the marketing group, which is now becoming a knowledge management group. But it's this idea of a knowledge marketplace, and it's a little bit complicated. Well, maybe not. If you have let's say, a product marketing background, this should be pretty straightforward to understand. But if it's everybody else, I'll slow down a little bit and I'll make it so that we can all be understood, right? So what do we mean by a knowledge marketplace? A knowledge marketplace is essentially this. Let's say you open up a WhatsApp conversation right now. You go into a WhatsApp feed of a group of people that you've been talking with for the past few months. Well, there's actually quite a lot of knowledge in that feed. And let me show you what an approach towards this particular knowledge marketplace looks like. If you take your WhatsApp, there is a function in WhatsApp that allows you to export the chat. So it's a transcript of the entire conversation that's happened inside WhatsApp, and it exports it on a file. You can then take that file and go to ChatGPT. And you can ask ChatGPT to find a few things. You can ask it to find all the previous questions that have been mentioned. You can ask also, based on, let's say, a psychological analysis, what questions were asked, but what questions were unspoken? What questions did people really want to ask, but they were too shy or intimidated to say? What questions could you have anticipated somebody could have asked afterwards, but didn't happen? Now, if you're asking why is this important, you can probably ask in your own career, in your own experience. How many times did you have a question when you were in an interview or when you were trying to buy a product, but you just didn't feel comfortable asking it? Wouldn't it have been better if the other person just asked your question for you? Would that have made a more delightful experience? And in most cases, it would have resulted in more smooth communication. It would have resulted in more inspirational communication. So this is the journey by which we are building knowledge products. And so here's a few examples. I'm going to read off a few explicit questions. I'll describe the psychological profile, and then we'll go into the unspoken questions. So these are 3 questions that a recent property owner have asked our business developers. And the question begins with this. This is my first villa, so I don't know how it works. I'm trying to find all the information. Well, actually, in that case, it's not so much a question, it's a comment. But this is the psychological profile. This person feels newcomer anxiety. They're seeking guidance and assurance. Their unspoken question is, what are the risks I'm not seeing due to my inexperience? The second comment is, I don't know, I don't understand it much, so you provide me. It will really be okay. The psychological profile of a person who says that is that they're uncertain and they're reliant on expert opinion. Their unspoken question is, can I trust you to cover all the aspects that I am not aware of? The third comment is, so most of the time you won't be in Bali, right? Seeking confirmation and clarity. And the question, the unspoken question is, what happens if there's an emergency and I'm not there? So if you're reading into this better, you should start feeling like there's a superpower here. There's a superpower here by examining the knowledge mine and really getting into the core of understanding your knowledge demand, who the user is, why they're asking this particular question, how do they feel. And many times I've realized in our business, it's really about how do you actually make the other person feel. Even if you've rationally answered the question, even if your logic is correct, but you haven't made the person feel better, it's still incomplete in terms of the work. So hopefully with this particular type of analysis, everyone here in the company can start being inspired and see that there's more to it than just answering a question. What can you do after you already understand the knowledge demand? Well, if you understand the knowledge demand, then you understand more critically what is the user problem. Oftentimes the user problem is a feeling. Oftentimes the user problem is not even the knowledge itself. Then you can start creating knowledge products. What are some examples of knowledge products? A simple example of a knowledge product is a frequently asked question section at the bottom of our website. These are anticipating questions that a user, as let's say a property owner or an employee or even a guest, might ask, and then putting up the answers there in front of them. You could also then tap into other knowledge products like our Bali Business Review. The Bali Business Review is an attempt for Bukit Vista to answer questions for which we are not the best knowledge managers. We do not have domain knowledge in plumbing, in legal, and also architecture. These are areas where we, I think, need to be humble and say, okay, since we don't have the best knowledge, let's go and invite an expert to answer these particular questions and generate content that way. The other way we can create knowledge products is simply by sharing events and experiences that we've had, engaging with guests, engaging with property partners, and publishing it through our Instagram as well. But there's more. There's a lot more knowledge products that we can create. BV Go is a knowledge product. It essentially gives owners the opportunity to look inside and see what's happening in terms of the finances, in terms of the guest journey, in terms of the overall operational quality in each of their particular properties, and they can do it from anywhere in the world. But also, as importantly, inside BV Go are newsletters that have been written according to concerns, emotional profiles, psychological profiles that we've discovered by engaging with a few owners, but could represent actually larger bodies of owners too. We create these knowledge products as newsletters, and we distribute them through our application BV Go, and therefore we can also get that consumption there. But don't forget, Gaia, Ask Anything. These are also knowledge products as well. These are areas where if we have the knowledge already encoded, we can actually go, and these knowledge products can serve our employees, they can serve our guests, and they can serve our partners as well. Okay, so hopefully this is a pretty interesting and visionary viewpoint on what we actually do. But what does it mean? It gives us a basis for innovation guidelines, and it gives us a way to fix problems that we had before. Before we would publish on Instagram, we would make blogs, we'd make websites, we'd make all these newsletters, but nobody would read them, nobody would care. And the problem is that sometimes we're not actually addressing a knowledge demand. We're not actually listening carefully enough to our users to see, do they actually have these concerns? Do they actually want to care about this particular piece of content that we're putting out there? So we can fix this by becoming more attuned and using AI to understand our knowledge demand better. We have inconsistent knowledge from referencing personal experience. Oftentimes, new people, anybody in this company will be, well, I don't know that, so I don't know, or I have a bad answer. So instead of doing and thinking about how to reference your own personal knowledge, start getting to this idea that we can actually build a collective knowledge for everybody. So we can add all the knowledge that we've ever had from the very beginning of the company up until now, and we can summarize all the knowledge for everybody who has ever worked here and everybody who's actually going to work here in the future too, and create a total knowledge library that we can draw from. So you don't ever have to think alone anymore. You can always go, well, there's probably somebody that's already solved this particular problem and already knows this. I can just go and find it out. But it does require everybody to contribute and document the knowledge and put it into our collective database. The last thing is this idea that oftentimes we have to wait for people to ask us questions, and our timing is therefore reactive. We can be proactive now instead of waiting for a question. We can understand that questions will emerge because people feel a certain way, and we can anticipate these questions. And like magic, you can answer questions before they're even asked, which I think creates a pretty delightful experience. All right. This has already been implemented, and we've seen some success here. This is user activity on our website from the past year, actually, from April 1st last year. As you can see, user engagement is going up, which is really, really positive. And I think this is an indication that this particular philosophy is actually gaining traction and working with users on our websites. Okay, the other important thing, and this is at career level that I want to explain, is that most of you have already seen this table. This is the leadership planning table. As we move forward in BV6, what I'm hoping is that we can move away from execution more into knowledge management as a company. So having us execute oftentimes personally, having to, let's say, personally deliver a message to a guest or personally give a piece of knowledge, I realize is somewhat more ineffective as a company. What we should be thinking more of is how we can delegate more of the execution part to our AI agents and interface with our guests, with our partners, and maybe eventually one day with our employees too as well. And instead of actually executing, we should start thinking about supervising, looking at the results from what the users that we're seeing are experiencing, looking at their sentiment, looking at their reactions, are they happy, and really thinking about ways to improve things at the knowledge management level. And then discover new knowledge and focus on making more knowledge products. This, I think, is a very much more interesting thing to do than to come to work and do the same thing that you did yesterday. So instead of actually doing the same thing that you did yesterday, let the AI work on the drudgery, let the AI work on repetitive work. What we should do is to be curious, discover more interesting things, bring that knowledge in, and be able to have, I think, the best knowledge available in the marketplace for our particular service. All right. We're opening up a new role here in Bukit Vista, which is a journalist. This might be kind of a weird thing to have in a hospitality company, but I think that this particular type of work is going to only increase in value and importance over time. So what exactly is a journalist? From an abstract perspective, a journalist is a person who captures information and turns it into knowledge, and then takes that knowledge and then makes it into a knowledge product. So funny enough, AI is creating new jobs, and this is one of the new jobs I can see that is going to become more and more popular in this world that we live in. So anyways, we're opening up a new job. Thank you, Shaylin, for getting this up on the careers page. And yeah, it's a new career opportunity for whomever might be interested in this. So if this looks exciting, it does require everyone to work together. Start paying attention yourself to listening for knowledge demand. Is there an unspoken question? Is there a way that we can be more empathetic and think about what could be the subsequent unspoken questions, and what is the psychological profile from somebody who is asking this particular question? Consult with experts. Try not to rely too much on your own knowledge. Try to ask the question, am I the best person in the world to answer this question? And if the answer could be, well, maybe not, look for that expert, invite them in, ask them to contribute their knowledge. We have a lot of good programs here with the Roundtable Talk, with the Bali Business Review, where we can actually bring the best knowledge in the world into our collective understanding. And then most often publish your work, see how it works out with users, and then see if you have that fit. You're never going to know whether or not you capture the right product until you actually see your users consume it. So this is pretty exciting. All right. And this comes down to the fundamental point of what is inspiration. What is, let's say, the safest way and the most beneficial way to thrive and positively transform here at Bukit Vista? It's curiosity. It's simply put, it's just curiosity. If you're more curious than you're afraid, then there is bright, bright days up ahead. So be curious. Okay, now let's talk about semester goal number 4. This is coming up at the end of the month. So our original revenue goal was 3.3 million, overall rating 4.65, and a 5-star percentage of 76%. So we've reduced the individual bonus to 4x, but we've also reduced the target to 2.167 million. The revenue is measured from October 1st of last year to March 31st of this year, coming up in about 2 or 3 weeks. And we're going to take a look at it on April 5th. Qualified interns will receive up to a 4 million appreciation bonus. So if we reach all 3 goals, we'll pay a 4x bonus, 2 goals, 3x bonus, 1 goal, 2x bonus on March. And bonuses will be calculated on the weighted average of your monthly individual bonuses, and caps will apply to under and overachievement months and carry weight on semester bonuses. Okay, for interns, if we reach 3 goals, we pay 4 million, 2 goals, 2 million, 1 goal, 1 million. Okay, and that's it. let me hand it back over to the host and moderator today.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jing, for the knowledge and insight.
Oh, one more thing. I forgot. Yeah, there's one more thing I
Okay.
wanted to show everybody. Here. This one's actually pretty cool. There's some things I want to show that are on my own desktop that are pretty worthwhile. So one was the psychological profile questions. So this is something I've been using a lot on ChatGPT. So I just download, let's say, any type of recording where there's a conversation, maybe like the recording for an all hands, and I can understand better what the moderator or host should have asked. So this is a cool little desktop visit. You guys can learn from it and use it. The other is we have a new Roundtable Talk page for Jogja, which is really great to see. I'm very proud that we are advancing in this direction. And from the looks of it, from our morning workshop with two new candidates from this program, it looks like a quicker acceleration program for employee transformation, which is really good. And here's a fun one. Here is Perplexity, which is a new AI-driven search engine that completes answers. And I'm asking it, who is the best property manager in Bali? So let's go ahead and execute it and see what happens. Okay. All right. So good news, right? So it looks like, oh, wait. Okay. So we're out of the contention today. Last time I wrote it, Bukit Vista was still in it. So looks like things change from day to day. Yeah. So top property management company includes Bali Superhost, House of Reservations, Bali Management Villas, and Check Indo, which is weird. We are listed here as a reference source, which is great. But we do probably need to start thinking, Gani, about how to actually rank on this particular term in these type of searches too. Yeah. Good. Okay. So our new Bali Villa Management page is used as a reference for this particular question, which is good. And we can easily show up in the top 3 results, which is also good. Okay. But anyways, I was expecting a different result, but let's see. Oh, wait, we can keep on going. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. How to choose a property management company, an article that we've written quite a while back. And I think this one, oh yeah, good news, right? I think I told Chintia this by herself. So Chintia was working on some Buddy's Balance work back in December of last year. And Chintia, congratulations. Your article now is a reference source for why we are the best management company. So that's, I think, proof of Buddy's balancing work and also thinking innovatively and ahead. Okay, that's it. I'll give it back over to our host and moderator.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jing. So for the
Yep.
next agenda will be led by our moderator, Putu. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Vanes. So yeah, I'm Widya for your moderator for today's All Hands. So thank you, Mr. Jing, for delivering the vision and mission statement. Next is the hospitality and revenue target that will be presented by Kak Kaila. So for Kak Kaila, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings after Nyepi, and for those who at the moment still fasting, I hope everything will go well until the breakfasting time. Okay, first before we move on, does anyone here know what this property calls? Yep, it's not only up left. This is the whole thing, Bella. It's Despacito. Correct. So the main reason as to why we have Despacito being shown here is basically because from all the reviews we have received all through the 12 days in March, Despacito contributes to 10 or the highest number of 5 stars review. So
Wow.
let's try to maintain the relationship with both partners and also the staff there and make sure that we can keep up with this type of performance. Okay, moving on, let's see how are we doing related to our hospitality goals. First, for this semester. Okay, oh, this is the dark mode. I think this is pretty cool. I think it's on your laptop, but okay. Move on, Vanessa. We can take a look first on the accuracy, I think. Yes, this is our goals. Let's check on our performance for the accuracy, I believe.
Yeah.
After this one. Okay. Unfortunately, a bit of disappointing news. Of course, we have the bad and good news every week. So basically, for accuracy, we keep on having the decrease for 2 weeks straight. Previously, 0.2% decrease. This week, 0.1% decrease. So let's take a note on the things that have not been really well going on the accuracy side, and let's move forward on this part. Next, we have check-in. Chicken, a first decrease for this month. So we have 0.2% decrease. This is a bit concerning considering that previously we have been able to maintain 3 weeks of increase for this metrics. Next, we have cleanliness. A good news in this part, we have positive 3.3% for increase for the cleanliness service here. Next, on communications, this is the unfortunate news actually. So we have 3 weeks of decrease by now, previously 0.3%, and this week 0.2% of decrease for communications. Okay, next we have locations. Location is pretty stable, still maintaining the percentage from last week. And next, last but not least, we have value. Value, this is also 2 weeks consecutive of decrease. This week we have 0.1% of decrease. Last week we have 0.2% of decrease. At the moment we are at 78.4%. And the last one, we have the overall 5-star ratings and the overrating. If you'd like to know, we basically hold this table from last week, which means that it is not really good because stable means that there's actually a couple of bad reviews, but we're trying to, how do we say it? We're trying to make it, it's being stabilized by a couple of good reviews, but the good reviews are not really dominating this for the last week. Same as last week, we have 79.5% for 5-star ratings and 4.70 for the overrating. So still on track, but not favorable. Okay, next, let's see the revenue target achievement. Okay, for the revenue target, from the semester target of 2,167,000 US dollar, we have achieved around 94% of it. At the moment, we have 2,048,351 US dollar, which means we still have around 118,000 to be able to completely achieve it. We still have 19 days left. We have informed the team that basically we were not really optimistic about these achievements on the revenue side, but we're still trying to see the stretch or what we can achieve, how far we can actually make it realistic. So let's please focus on the revenue side for everyone here, since we have been on track for the hospitality. Let's try to minimize the cancellations. Let's try to optimize the property management. Let's try to enhance our relationship with partners. And most importantly, let's try to keep the performance stable until we basically able to achieve the desired goals that we have set. Okay, I think that's all. Back to you, Putu.
Okay, thank you, Kak Kayla, for delivering the hospitality and revenue target. Next, we will move into the weekly missions inspirations. Okay, for the first one is for Kak Cynthia. Kak Cynthia, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Putu. Our guest Fadi stayed at Badra Villa for 2 weeks, and we helped him to decorate the room for his girlfriend's birthday. They faced challenges during the check-in, but overall, he loved the stay and left a 5-star mentioning a nice house. That's it. Back to you, Vidya.
Thank you, Kak Cynthia. Oh, that's great. So next we have Kak Dela. So Kak Dela, please.
We have to.
Yeah.
So the first is both of them is for RTT, but the first is I think okay. This one is from last Thursday. We have a various guests coming from diverse backgrounds as well. So most of them are investor and possible future client, as well as investor consultant for Dutch investor. And the discussion went well, I think, because the audience asked like a critical questions and important for the other guests to know as well, since most of them are investor for real estate in Bali, right? And yeah, that is for the first, and then the second one is from last Tuesday, RTT, and this is okay. Okay, so interesting audience as well. We have Pak Made from Pondok Utari owner, Pak Teddy and his wife, as the owner of Terra Bali Villa, which currently still in considering stage, and we also have Jing Won, the former president of San Mateo Community College, and Solen, the CEO of Vanilla International. So Jing and Solen is basically a panelist of an event, a Bali Impact event. That is Mr. Jing also attend the event and be the panelist there. So we answered some questions from Pak Teddy regarding his plan to expand his real estate business as well. Mostly comes for like which location is the best, and also tailored to Pak Made experience as well, yeah, since he's a former villa manager as well. So it's pretty insightful discussion, and we also discuss about education because Jing Luan and Solen is basically they work in education uh, field. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Kak Dela. So next we have Dea Novita. For Dea, please.
Okay, so on March 8th, we have an RTT with our Google Developers Student Club from UGM. We discuss a lot about engineering system in Bukit Vista presented by Kak Vidi. Kak Vidi attended the dinner by online. Moreover, we also learn with tourism bachelor studies student Lazuardi about the Bukit Vista business model in tourism, since Lazuardi is also runs a business, and this business is also in somehow in a hospitality business. So we have a lot of fruitful discussion with Lazuardi, and the discussion more focuses explained by Kak Hafid. And also on March 9, we organize a dinner in Yogyakarta base to celebrate our February goals achievement. But due to the tight schedule, only three of us, which is Kak Ali, Kak Deva, and myself, can make it. And we celebrate the dinner by enjoying limo pizza and watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Dea. Wow, that's great to have RTT with the GDSG, yeah. So next we have Kak Shelin.
Okay, thank you, Vidya. So from my side is actually the visit to SMU last Tuesday, actually. So we did a visit to SMU and discussed further about the internship arrangement as well as possibility to like do a project-based collaboration. So this is actually the first time we met Sumei, the representative from the SMU side. So yeah, we can't wait to kick off our plans, in the next few months. So yeah, that's all. Thank you. Back to Vidya.
Thank you, Kak Shelin. Next is technological innovation. So the first one is from Kak RD. Kak RD.
I'll
Okay.
read for RD, Vidya.
Oh, yeah. Thank you,
So
Kak
the
Vidi.
issue is with the form in the website for revenue projection is too long. What we did is we implemented the multi-stage form using another app as opposed to HubSpot, and then this also maintains still the connection to HubSpot, but through other means. So hopefully this will improve the funnel input in the upper funnel. And RD specifically thank Mr. Jim for the recommendation and also the issue spotting. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Vidi. Next is we have Kak Vito for the Gaya optimization.
Okay, thank you, Vidya. Good morning, everyone. So our weekly optimization, we have some exciting news. So the first one is hosting agent migration, and our hosting agent has successfully migrated to Hermes by today, and this will not only enhance overall system security but also significantly reduce the likelihood of Gaia spamming. The second one is number and price recognition. We have fine-tune Gaia ability to read numbers and price accurately, so no more are misunderstanding and misinterpretation of numerical sequence as prices. And the last one is cancellation policy understanding. Now Gaia can comprehensively understand various cancellation policies, ensuring clear communication on when guests are eligible for refunds. I think that's it. Thank you. Back to you, Vidya.
Okay, thank you, Kak Vito. So yeah, thank you everyone for sharing the weekly mission inspiration. Next is company target achievement and monthly metric milestone that will be delivered by Kak Kaila. So Kak Kaila,
Okay.
the stage is yours.
Thank you, Putu. Right. Let's take first the monthly theme that we have just set for this month. So previously we have leading with examples in which we prioritize basically our supervisors or we are basically a team full of supervisors and more on senior management team to lead with samples with providing a clear directions on how we should bring this team. But this month, we'd like to try this one of leading with vision. We can check on the slide before this one. Vanessa, yep, this one. So basically, leading with vision, I believe, and we believe, is crucial for any team or organizations basically to thrive and achieve its goals. It involves having a clear and inspiring vision for the future, effectively communicating that vision to the team and guiding them towards its realizations. So this is actually aligned with what Mr. Ching has always been trying to deliver to us every Tuesday, in which he would like us to point out what type of vision, what type of inspiring activities that we can do to bring this company to a whole new level. So that's basically the focus that we're trying to see instead of focusing on the things that we cannot really control or focusing on the things that keep on having a failure on or needs fixing. Let's try to take a bigger focus on gaining more and more. So throughout this month, we will focus on the importance of leading with vision and explore the key aspects that contribute to effective leadership. Okay, next one, we have the four, we believe, important aspects related to how to make this come true. So first, we have alignment with vision. This is basically understanding the organization's visions and how each role is actually contribute to the realizations. And we have practical contribution. This is a calling for every one of us in every team, basically, to take initiative to identify opportunities for innovations and improvement aligned with the visions that we have set, especially to support BV 6.0. And then we have collaboration and support. Basically, we'd like to foster a culture of collaborations by supporting our colleague in the pursuit of the vision itself and recognizing and also celebrating the team's achievement. Basically, that's also why the personal updates on all hands is important. And last but not least, we have the continuous learning and growth, in which we kindly hope to stay informed about the industry trends. So, for example, seeing Canada or the awareness team keep on having those initiatives, those new informations to be shared within the team from the outside and the external informations, I think that's really inspiring. And for the general company, it's better to get into that culture in which we are seeking for more and more instead of only focusing on what we have at the moment. Okay, that's it for the leading with vision. Let's see the March target. We have set the OK target for now. It's still on 360,000. At the moment, we have only been able to achieve 76% of it on the 5-star percentage. And our rating, we also haven't been able to achieve them. At the moment, we still have 78.2% for 5-star percentage and 4.64 for the overall rating. Let's see if we can actually pull that and exceeding the goals by April 5th, which is also the day in which we measure our semester target. All right, what is the opportunity that we have? Until now, we managed to have 52% occupancy, 6% expiry dates, 3% maintenance, and 3% owner usage. If you take a look closely, the maintenance and owner usage is pretty stable. It is actually a trend that we have for the low season in which partners tend to fix their properties and have their personal block during this time before we are approaching our peak season. All right, that's it for the company team target and achievements. Let's see for the monthly strategic milestones. All right, for this one, we're not going to go dig into each one of them, but we do have important updates related to Atlas revenue management automations there that you can take a look and read the update that has been provided by Bella and Felix. And also, we also have update for the listing merchandising and the automations from Krishna. This one, the automations on extra service project that previously was led by Pandu and right now optimized and supervised by Marcel and Amanda. Okay, we have also updates related to the SDP, SP, and SUP property on the hospitality management side. Vanessa, can we kindly take a look down below after this one? Yes, on this one we have the update. So for everyone here, if you were wondering, the analysis basically from February to March, we have put the February decisions basically and also the March final list that will fortunately will give you more comprehensive understanding of what happened before and the decisions we made to support this month's or the semester target achievements. Okay, kindly engage with them. If you have any questions, you can directly contact the leader assigned there and we can have a sub discussion also for that. Thank you. Putu gets back to you and thank you, Vanessa, for presenting.
Okay, thank you, Kak Kaila, for delivering the company dom target achievement and the MSM. So next, we will have promotion new employees that will be delivered by Kak Shelin. Kak Shelin, for yours.
Okay, thank you, Vidya. So this is actually showing like the past 1 month, I believe. But there's this one employee that I'd like to announce on. So I believe everyone here knows Rifki, right? Okay, by now I think everyone should know. So Rifki was previously working as our intern and then moving on as a part-time employee, and now he's a full-time, guys. Yay! So Rifki will be working still in the engineering team as the AI engineer full-time employee, and there's a lot of upcoming projects, yeah, Rifki. Yeah, so we are looking forward for the further updates from your side. So congrats, Rifki, and yeah, that will be all from me. Thank you, and back to Vidya.
Okay, thank you, Kak Shelin, for delivering the promotion new employees. Next, we will have the core value recognition. So yeah, for the first one is from Kak Kaila again. So, Kak
Yes.
Kaila.
Thank you, Putu. This is for Moana. I'm not really sure that she can listen to this. Actually, I've been having a lot of growth conversations with Moana, which I find really inspiring. I would like to acknowledge Mo for her contributions that significantly ensure smooth operations. How does that actually play out? So basically, Moana has been a part of GS for some time. So Moana has been a part of GS for some time, and her most notable skill is not merely supporting and her most notable skill is not merely reporting on cleanliness or readiness result, but actually identifying issues within our management team. So she consistently delves into the root cause whenever there are inspection issues, allowing us to improve more rapidly, I believe. So this exemplifies the ideal feedback cycle that we strive for, actually. Supervisors are not just to guarantee executions, but also to contribute to enhancing the team operations. As a co-founder herself, she aims to hold the team accountable with our respective roles. In this part, property management for all full board properties and also the staff on site. And I appreciate this most of her, which I believe we all do.
Okay, thank you, Kak Kaila. Next, please, Vanessa. Okay, next we have Kak Adela as a nominator.
Okay, so this is for Wahyu. Actually, Wahyu finished his first investment strategy on Saturday. Yeah, so he showed a good ability for his first attempt on making an investment strategy. Although there were some things that could be still improved, he showed a good motivation to accept the feedback given and try to improve his work as well.
All right, thank you, Kak Dela. Next, we have Kak Bella as nominator.
Okay, second recognition for Wahyu ya. Besides of what Dela mentioned before, Wahyu also created the user-friendly tools. Actually, this is the improvement that easier to have by us. So it's also contributed to additional insights on the business plan. So congratulations, Wahyu, and congratulations ya.
Wow, congratulations, Kak Wahyu. So next, please, Vanessa. Okay, we have Kak Kayla again.
This is to Reddit and Katendi actually. So previously we have Nyepi right yesterday. And oh ada Moena. Yes, thank you juga Bang. Okay, so on the 10th of March, when we started to have Nyepi and before everyone leaves, actually I would like to recognize Katendi and Radit to basically manage and coordinate the stuff that until 12 a.m. in the night, they still have our staff riding around in motorbike, checking our full board properties to make sure that no lights turning on, no policies are being broken, and so on and so forth. And it was a close coordination that I really appreciate from the team. And I believe it is also the reason as of why we have limited number of issues this morning after Nyepi, even though we have a couple of them, but still manage well. Thank you, Katendi and Radit. Okay, gets back
Okay,
to you.
wow, great. Thank you, Kak Kayla. And the last one, we have Kak Nadia as nominator.
I think Nadia is also, Vidya can read it out for her.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, because Kak Nadia is unable to attend, I will read the its corporate recognition. So VD has become the hero during the time our website keep giving 504 server errors from debugging each of plugin install, increasing the limits of the server, etc. Now it's become more stable, no error seen so far. Yeah, you rock, bro, VD. Okay, that's all about the core file recognition. Thank you for everyone. Next, we will continue to the personal updates. So for the personal updates of the weeks, the questions of the week is reflect on a moment when you witness our company's core value in action. How did it impact your perception of our workplace culture? So the first one is from Kak Furkon because Kak Furkon is unable to attend this all hands. I will read the personal updates. His answer is wow, many. But one thing that clanging mass in my head is how everyone treated equally in terms of speaking up their minds and sharing their ideas. And this is happened back when I was just an intern here. It makes me feel welcome and also valued as well. Next, we have Kak Shelin.
Okay, thank you. From me, can't really tell how much I've seen this happening, but the one that stuck in mind is like be transparent and help others to help themselves. Like ever since my day one as an intern, so kind of similar to Furkan. Yeah, I'm still amazed up until now of like how everyone over here are really living the core values. So good job, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kak Shelin. Next, we have Kak Robin and Kak Ardi, but unfortunately, the question of the week is still empty. So for everyone, please kindly to fill the question of the week. Next, we have Kak Vito.
Okay, thank you, Vidya. For me, don't assume use data. So in engineering, maybe in every chapter, every aspect measures by data, and we have the data to measure those aspects. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kak Vito. Next, we have Kak Abam.
Okay. For me is help others to help themselves, engineers helping other engineers, and also helping understanding through our products. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Kak Adam. Next, we have Coffee D.
Yeah, for me, I think an engineer is always helping others help themselves. Users partners, employees, and all that other stuff. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Coffee D. Next, we have Felix.
Yeah, the same as community. Help others to help themselves. Like we can see it, like between us, engineers, or like between engineers and the users, etc. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you, Coffee D. Next, we have Karifki.
Oh yeah, for me it's be the hero. Sometimes someone needs to take more responsibility when things go wrong, and it happens in the engineering team a lot. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Karifki. Next is Kak Bayu. So yeah, I will have Kak Bayu to read the question of the week. So here is step on toes. This is what makes every decision is checked regardless of where the decision is coming from. Anyone can make mistake, but the best idea wins. Okay, thank you, Kak Bayu. Next we have Kak Edika.
A bit hard to pick because I think it happens every day. But back then when I was an intern, Kayla gave me a very thorough details and direction to do the tasks, which she made sure that I can do it by myself. So I think that's one of the value that we have here, help others to help themselves. And then just like this morning and a couple of days ago, Mr. Jing continuously giving workshops in the office, and then also give direction to improve the quality of the workshop as using GPT to analyze the unspoken questions. So I think he's also been the one that's been presenting and giving real example on how to help others to help themselves. Back to you.
Wow,
Yeah.
great. Thank you, Kak Erika. It's very inspiring. Next we have Kak Nanda.
Okay, these details matter. There were moments where I was evaluated by the supervisors that I actually store documentations for canvassing and everything without in the detailed manners. And also it affects the effectivity of the teamwork flow. Eventually, it helps me first attention to detail. Come to realization that details direct us into major situations and decisions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Nanda. Next we have Mas Gani.
Okay, every problem has a solution. Just need to be agile. That's part of never settle. And then, and somehow never trust what people say. Just take a look at the numbers. It's part of don't assume use data. And the last one in the teamwork, you need to be transparent so everyone can trust you. That's a bit transparent. That's
Wow,
it.
very great. Thank you, Mas Gani. Next we have Mas Hafiz.
Yeah, for me is be transparent. So where even if you are an intern and you have an idea, you just say it. So even it's your idea is good or not, just say it. I think it's a bit transparent.
Okay, thank you, Mas Hafiz. Next we have Sri Utami. Kak Sri.
Uh, uh, okay, for me, in this company, I about paying more attention about discipline and responsibility and transparency to uphold with good teamwork management, especially in the marketing team for achieving the goals. I think this is
Okay, thank you, Kak Sri. Next we have Mas Rehan.
Yeah, it's actually about the growth mindset. So back to my trial back then, at the time I couldn't finish my tasks, not even just finish. So some of them is complete tasks were unsatisfactory, aka very bad. So but at the time, Erika and also Mas Adil gave me a chance and a green light, two green lights by replacing two yellow lights. From there, I realized that the environment in BV is very productive and understand the substance. I also feel that they also stick with the three mindset that need to be done during the trial and beyond, best action, self-learning, and growth mindset. So it's keep inspiring me during the trial and until now. Back to you.
Wow, great, Mas Rehan. Very inspiring. Now we have Matthew.
Okay, thank you, Put. So mine is more to details matter. I remember when I was assigned to make a mobile UI design for Vivigo in its booking page, and at that time I created some variation of page based on the the request, and however, after I submitted and get supervised by Kak Nat mentioned that she showed me that I missed some small details like how will the text looks when the chat is short or long, and what if it's combined with image and etc. And that's when I realized that details matter has been implemented here. Thank you. Put back to you.
Thank you, Matthew. Next we have Konang.
Yes, for me it's been assumed use data. So basically in my trial program, I designed some feature as a UI UX designer intern. And Kak gave me feedback that I shouldn't just assume what the user need, but I should use the available data and design based on that data. So basically that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Konang. Next we have from Kak Dela.
Okay, thank you, Widya. So one time when I set to low prices during my training in revenue management, right? So Bella and Kak Lilis didn't even mad or yell at me and give me some advice on what to do and what to stop doing for my execution. And also I got help from Gray to help on how to escalate to Airbnb because at that time I don't even know how to solve like cases problems Airbnb, right? So finally, I waived the cancellation fee and no bad review received as well. So I learned from the mistake and solved the chaos I created. Yeah, fell fast and never settle, I guess.
Wow, very great, Kak Dela. Amazing experience. Thank you for sharing. Next we have Kak Nadia. So because unfortunately Kak Nadia can attend, I will read the question of the week. So here is help others to help themselves. Vidi was the one of the people that inspire me. Next is also Kak Gray. Kak Gray is unable to attend. So yeah, here is probably the step on those where a lot of our team members can speak their mind freely and share idea despite of newbie they are. That's Kak Gray. Next we have Kak Bella.
Okay, first helping others to help themselves, and second one mentioning Moayan for encourage me to fail fast at that time. And when I transparently admit the mistake instead of getting upset, she reminds me to get 1% better than yesterday, and it's inspired me until today. Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you, Kak Bella. Next we have Kak David.
From me, fail face. While in finance, I was taught to grow from my mistake and move forward.
Okay, thank you, Kak David. So maybe we need a few minutes to finish this personal updates. We have Kak Cynthia.
Okay, for me, help others to help themselves. As part of the ops team, I witnessed our value in action when my team assists a new member. It showcased our commitment to teamwork and support, inspiring me to extend the same assistance to others. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Cynthia. Next we will have Kak Pandu. Please a little bit quicker ya, Kak Pandu ya.
Yeah, actually, ChatGPT wrote this for me, but this is a true experience. Because yeah, we
Being
keep
transparent.
yeah, as a ops team, we keep like working overtime to help others to help themselves. We make sure that everyone has done everything to accomplish that day. So yeah, that's be the hero and help others and help themselves. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Pandu. Next we have Kak Marcel.
Yeah, never settle. Sometimes we believe things that is impossible is actually possible. So each month is actually possible. So never settle is the one that I always encounter. That's it.
Yep, thank you, Kak Marcel. Next we have Kak Kayla.
This is aligned with our monthly theme, help others to help themselves actually. So previously the core value was help others, and then Mr. Jing changed it to help others to help themselves. Remember that, sir? Yep. So actually I realized that one is actually him helping us and the company not to stuck on what's hindering our process to grow. And also don't assume use data. That actually takes me places by Mas Bayu and Mas Gani previously. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Kayla. Next we have Mo Oyana. Okay, is Mo Oyana
Okay,
here?
for me, it's
Okay.
details matter and never settle because like on site that a lot of things happen like really details matter and never settle means sometimes need to improve things on the ground and basically just keep the ownership to dedication to the goal and that's for me.
Yep. Thank you, Mo. Be careful. So next here we have Kak Amanda.
Okay, so for me, it's fail fast. Embracing my failure, especially during my intern, it helps me to grow, and knowing my mistake and receiving feedback helps me to learn even more better. Thank you. Back to you, Widya.
Thank you, Kak Amanda. Last we have from Mr. Jing.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. I'll try to go quickly on this one, but here's what I think. Our probably most widely practiced core value is help others help themselves. I think that's very natural in Indonesian culture to think about how to assist everyone, and that part is really really good. That part, very rarely do I see uh, grievances on that one. The one that's hardest and that I admire highly is being transparent. And the one that I say that's hardest is because what I've noticed, and this is especially true in this part of the world and Asia in general, is that most people would rather look good than to actually think about what's in the benefit of the overall company. So instead of saying, "Oh, I screwed up, that was my mistake, I'm responsible for it," that's really, really hard to do. And I think that transparency is excellent. One, it gets you true respect from people around you. Two, it also sets the expectations correctly without having to lose trust. And three, I think it also resets your own expectations right. And the most often I've seen that practice is between Bella, Marcel, and Kyla. That's why we promoted them because being transparent is, I think, honorable and a duty to your leadership and to your team. So if you can't be transparent, then probably nobody will really trust what you're saying. So being transparent is the most challenging, but it's also the most respected one that I have. The other one is actually as difficult as stepping on toes. I'm in a position every day where sometimes I'm really not sure whether what I'm saying is correct. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but sometimes I'm just testing ideas out. And if nobody steps on my toes, then I'm allowed to falsely believe the wrong idea for a long time. So I really count on people to give me critical feedback to say, no, the emperor is not wearing clothes. You are naked. And I get that a lot from Bayou and Furkan. And because of that, I have them very close by to give me strategic advice so that as a whole company, we can advance. But it's not just I listen to Bayou and Furkan, nobody else. I listen to anybody who actually will challenge me because I think that's through this that we actually do arrive at the best ideas. For Never Settle, I've seen Gani. Gani plods along every day. He does things that are super challenging. His bike rides is a testimony to his his in his inability to be fatigued. And I see him struggle. I see him struggle often, but he never settles. He comes back again, refreshed every day with a positive attitude, and he tries again. And I think that's really inspirational. And for really helping others help themselves at scale, it's probably Vidi. I've never seen anybody with just a wholehearted dedication to see their whole team do better than themselves, and that is highly important. Okay, this is a difficult question to answer because, of course, like Shaylin said, there's core values here practiced every single day, every single hour. I'm not privy to all of it, and neither should I have to be either. I think as long as the core values are being practiced and they should be received by anybody, not done for show so that I could see it, right? So I'm happy to say that I think that there's so many core values that there's probably much more that I'm aware of. But if you do see it, please share it, right? Because it's not just for me, it's for everybody else so that we all understand what core values mean. And this time every week is our time to share. Okay, back over to Fanes.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Jing. So yeah, thank you everyone to read the personal update. Don't forget to fill if you haven't filled it, and take a look at the announcements. Yeah. So that's that's all about the all hands. Back to Vanes.
Right. Thank you guys for coming. Good luck for today and let's do the best.
Thank you today, everyone.
Have a good week, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you for
All right, have a
joining.
great weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, feedback. So, who coached this all hands, by the way. This is getting better and better.